job here?
Technically, you still remain on desk duty. I'm guessing we can drum up a desk for you when you're ready.
So now we're going to talk about Jared. This is Jared Vasquez, everyone. I know you already know that because I already knew that. He didn't show any kind of emotions when he saw her. It's so difficult. If you compare like Grace and Jared in the situation, she's happy. She's happy about it. When she sees it's truth, they are back. When she saw him, she was so happy and so anxious to do so. But Jared didn't give a smile. He was, because let me tell you something. If somebody told me that a friend that I lost, my father or anybody, I lost my father 10 years ago, and if somebody told me that, or told my mother that he was back, married or not, have her life like with someone else or not, she would be like crying in ecstasy or something like that. She would be amazed. And it's not what I see with Jared. Nothing. And he already had 3 days to, process the information.
I'm sorry I didn't come to the airport. I'm lead detective on this abduction case.
Yeah, if that was truth. I know it's true, he wasn't a lead detective, but I think he could take 5 minutes to go there, or even go into bands to have a more, easy way to do it. They are going to come back and this reasons why he didn't do it before. But even if it was this reason, he didn't pick up her call. He actually was with his phone off, and a lead detective with a phone off. Please turn your cell phone on so people can actually call him with leads or something like that. The cell phone, it's a very important tool. It's something that he's not using. So just because he doesn't want to pick up your calls, I believe, that's the things we believed someone will do in the situation, it's here, and he's doing the completely opposite direction. Even when he meets her, the instinct, it's not there. It's weird. It's really weird.
Who is she?
Lourdes.
That makes sense. She always told me how lucky I was.
The fact that she actually asked, who is she, means she already knew it was Lourdes. It was actually like she was already waiting for the answer. Like if it was his ex, but her best friend. Oh, that makes sense. She always told me how lucky I was. She was waiting for that. The woman was already around him. It's not cool. Not cool at all.
What do you mean voice? Whose voice?
It was my voice, but it was talking to me.
So like a psychotic voice?
Can you not diagnose me right now and just listen? Look, normally I go to Mom about all this, but now I'm stuck with you.
I lost my mom too.
I didn't mean that.
I know.
I think this is the only time that we saw Ben like, oh, I lost my mom too, because he doesn't seem like feeling like Michaela's feeling. And let me just tell you that the pilot, I didn't like Ben very much. I love the actor, but I didn't like Ben very much in this episode because he seems so the way he told her that he was like psychotic voice and everything. I didn't like Ben very much, just to say. It's sad that this is the only scene that we see her parents. We never saw her parents again. And it's amazing how popular she was there. I mean, she was maybe not popular before, but she is now. It's nice that they show her going with the bicycle to the place, like the bus, and they kind of give you the impression she goes to the precinct with the train. It kind of shows it. She could go walking or something, but it's nice. Shows that she can drive.
Does this have to do with me?
Excuse me, how?
I don't know. All right, acting out. You know, trying to get my attention, get back at...
No, Jared. It's, she has 99 problems. You are one of them. Not the most important. So, no. Don't be like that.
I'm so sorry about everything. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around it all myself, believe me. But I still need an answer. Why? Why did you and your brother break open that fence?
She kind of already gave her answer to him. Her mind is a mess. But even then, okay, if it was because of him, she's trying to catch his attention, it would be an answer, but not her other 98 problems.
This is an unusual case. Male born April 19th, 2002. Initial diagnosis was back in 2011.
Excuse me?
Treating narrative says the boy was on flight 828.
So they say that he was born April 19, 2002, which means you would be 11 in 10 days. So maybe they could actually treat him like 11. Just an idea.
There's too much money in the line for both of us, and I won't let that be jeopardized by an aberrant patient whose results might compromise our track record. Who knows what happened to him on that plane?
I think this is a very weird thing and a pejorative thing to say to someone that was at the plane. Like, who knows what happened with them in the plane? Well, you have a passenger of the same plane in front of you. Don't talk like that.
This is really necessary.
Yeah, you're doing this. I'm just along for the ride. Let's just hope he doesn't want to press charges.
Set them free.
Are you okay?
Okay, you're coming with me. We're going to fix your career and something like that. Fine, I'm coming. But do I have to give the dogs back? Would you do something like that with any other one? Why he didn't call Ben to give the dogs with her? Why did he ask her to give them alone? Like, really? I am very thankful for the calling, that the calling was very you know, it knew the perfect timing for her to have another calling with Set Them Free, because really, I would hate Jared beyond measures on the first episode if he just made her deliver the dogs like this. So thank you, Collins, for being on timing and save Jared from this one. Because I would be so furious. How can you do something like that? This is like a father teaching a lesson to their kid. She's not a kid anymore, and he's not her father. So if he called Ben to do this, because he said something I didn't say before. He said, "Oh, this was to call my attention." Yeah, Ben would have had agree with this. He would actually be the one cutting the fence. Okay, no, he wouldn't be the one cutting the fence. He wouldn't even go with her. Why he thought about something like that? And making her deliver the dogs without calling Ben, or really for any other civilian that he cared about, would he do that? I know if you said for other civilian, he wouldn't go to deliver. He wouldn't care that much. But another, like his wife, I'm not going to go there. His wife, because he treats Michaela like this. How he would treat his wife, it's beyond explanation. I don't know. Maybe not as bad, but look, I don't know, anybody. Would he force them? I said force them. I'm going to do like this because of my finger. But would he do something like that for any other person? I don't think so. I mean, it would be humiliation. It would be humiliation. I think God and the callings, or maybe the callings are God. I don't know, but thank you.
I have to disclose that we're aware of who broke open your gate.
How do you know?
Yeah, there are two people who have just been through a hell of a crisis, sir. I'd consider a favor if you'd be willing to forego pressing charges. Of course, I'll pay for all the repairs.
Not a problem. I'm not looking to put anyone behind bars.
For all the repairs. He was a chain. Really, he just cut a chain. You just have to buy a chain. If you wanted to pay for all the repairs, be aware it's just a chain.
So I suppose you're not going to explain to me what happened here today.
Like I said, I wish I could.
You're still taking my breath away.
And there he goes. He didn't say anything. He didn't show any kind of emotions to him now. And now he goes. But he didn't go to the hangar. He talks with her like this. Doesn't matter what he thinks. She's been through hell. Her mother died. Like she said, her mother died. She has nothing on her name. She missed it. 5.5 years of life. She still feels guilty about her best friend though. And her other best friend is married with him. So it's hell. And I understand her. How she's going to tell him this? A voice in my head that sounds like me just told me to set them free. He would not believe that. I understand what she's been through in that moment, and I understand why she didn't told him. I really do.
I've spent every day of the last 5 years blaming you. Not only for taking that later flight, but for making Cal so desperate for your attention that he wanted to stay with you.
See, I understand her in this part because I think that when you are in grief, you try to find something to blame. And Ben was who she found to blame because it made possible for her to get on her life. Because if she blames Ben, the pain for him dying wasn't so hard, and she found someone to blame about her child who died as well. So, but her reasons are like it's understandable why he stayed behind and why he made Cal desperate for his attention. I mean, he wanted to be with his dad. I don't see him like desperate for his father's attention. He just wanted to be with his dad. But okay, I get it. I understand why she found someone to blame.
Welcome home. Ears burning much? You're the subject of my sermon this Sunday.
How do we know if we're the called?
The called, like, because it's there in the verse, the called, but then the callings are, yeah, I guess you get it what I was talking about.
You saved those girls.
We saved those girls. How'd you know I was here?
I just knew.
This is the only time, I guess, Ben felt where Michaela was. Like, felt. Because if they felt something, wasn't easier for others to find each other, just felt. I know they didn't decide what they're going to feel, but I think the only one, again, this is the pilot. The pilot, everything is different. But normally, Cal is the only one to do this. Like, be in a place without knowing he's in that place.
Ben and I didn't know any of these people yet. But soon we'd know them as well as we know ourselves.
This is profound. We would know these people as well as we know ourselves.
As for whatever force brought us all here, it had no interest in being investigated.
And yeah, it doesn't have any interest to be investigated. So we are going to play a game, okay? This game is called helping Michaela to do a decent report. I believe this report she wouldn't make, but Jared would. It's a case, it's Jared's case, and I don't know if Michaela not finding the girls while she's not actually back to the force, if they would ask for her a report, since she was the one that found the girls. But okay, let's just imagine that she had to make a report. And how would this report be? Because like anonymous tip, it's not, it's supposed to be her answer for everything, even when she actually has a reason to be in the place. So anonymous tip, it's not a it's not in the table. If you want me to continue with this, help me click on the like button and subscribe, activate the notification bell, so you're always gonna be informed to my next videos. So guys, this was my commentary to this episode. So see you in the next video. Bye guys.